I presume you're here in order to learn of Magecraft. I'll have you know, there's no room for the weak-willed in this course, and despite your best efforts, the sorcery of our time is but a fraction of what it once was in the Age of Gods. Much of the craft is established through pedigree, and the culture of mages is riddled with deception and moral depravity. That said, if you insist, I shall do my best to educate you in this miserable, yet fascinating world.
In our previous lesson, I spoke of grand servants, the absolute pinnacle of heroic spirits meant to rival beasts of humanity. While beasts are literally a manifestation of our evils, taking a distorted love for humanity and using it against us, there are even more threatening forces out in the universe. We've covered angel notes and the types, or ultimate ones, among various alien beings that interact with Earth. Some of our very own gods happen to be aliens from beyond the stars. Somehow, we humans have been able to befriend or otherwise avoid these supreme beings, but how long can that last? Are all futures destined for dystopia? Right this very moment, one potential threat remains dormant on our own land, and we can do nothing but pray it continues its slumber. That being is, of course, Oort, short for Brish-san's title, One Radiant Thing. Radiance can often be used in a positive light, but I assure you, this awe is an expression of terror. Even mages, who regularly confront the supernatural, have horror stories they tell their children to make them behave. Oort is just that powerful, perhaps the strongest being in our universe. This lesson aims to unveil recent developments on the creature, along with correcting previous misinformation. Things we could only speculate on before are now far clearer. As I've reiterated time and again, humanity walks a thin line with nature. Earth tolerates our existence as a part of nature, while also fearing us for how we pollute it. This makes for the balance between Earth's divided wills, Gaia and Alaya. Creatures like the true ancestors were meant to keep us in check, but what if we wind up outliving our own planet? The very thought disturbs Gaia, and in timelines where humans cause or otherwise survive Earth's destruction, Gaia cries out for aid, refusing to go down alone. Heeding this call are other celestial bodies with wills of their own. They send their strongest beings, the ultimate ones, to ensure mankind's annihilation. Typically, when you think of celestial bodies, you imagine planets, stars, moons, and meteorites. However, there are also other observable phenomena in the universe which qualify. Relevant to us is the Oort Cloud, a gathering of icy planetesimals that orbit our solar system. Conventionally, we see it as a dividing line between the solar system and the rest of space. Much to my surprise, the Oort Cloud has its very own ultimate one, a planet-eating monster that greatly resembles an armored spider. Its name being Oort makes logical sense given its origin, but the name is also an acronym for One Radiant Thing based on its reputation. Again, Gaia will call upon the ultimate ones in its time of need. It appears that time is inevitable, given how Oort had an early reaction to the planet's cry. Despite not being the target of Gaia's plea, Oort somehow detected it thousands of years ahead of the Common Era. In response, Oort made a premature journey to Earth, landing in South America. It has occupied that region ever since. While the Oort Cloud is not a planet, this creature is still considered to be an ultimate one. It could easily annihilate us all at any moment, but luckily, it remains in hibernation, awaiting the promised time when Earth deliberately orders our destruction. Still, its presence is ominous and foreboding, yet we can do nothing about it. Be assured, mages have tried. It's easy to recognize Oort's domain, as it remains confined to a reality marble of sorts called the Crystal Valley. Within, the environment is converted into a system of spiderwebs and crystal towers. Presumably, it resembles Oort's own homeworld. In that regard, the Crystal Valley is Oort's way of converting our world into an alien system that abides by its rules. Anyone caught trying to invade this space gets instantly killed. Regardless, 7 clock tower mages once chose to hunt Oort, braving the surrounding jungle. Perhaps brave isn't the right way to put it. Naive and arrogant are more fitting terms. The team consisted of a Grand and 6 Brand-ranked Magi, one of whom was Astea, one of the 12 Lords. Normally, such a force would be overkill, and yet only Astea returned alive. Before his body turned to crystal, he warned us not to touch Oort, that nothing on Earth would be able to defeat it, at least not for the foreseeable geologic era. Bearing witness to this declaration, Lord Brishson of the Department of Lore gave Oort its current name and had its territory banned from human exploration. With future generations being unable to see Oort for themselves, they're inclined to treat the creature like a fairy tale. Only the strongest mages would learn that such a monster actually exists. We are most fortunate that Oort only responds to those who disturb it. Until its promised time, we are safe, but that hasn't stopped others from testing its might anyway. Specifically, the 5th of the Dead Apostle ancestors once tried to capture Oort, only to be utterly devoured. Because Oort can absorb its victims, it has been classified as a kind of vampire, and has officially been declared the new 5th Dead Apostle ancestor. I suspect this designation is more honorary than anything, as Oort would likely never cooperate with vampires. Anatomically speaking, Oort's arachnid frame isn't even its main body. That would be the disc on its back, which resembles a flying saucer. Its outer shell appears like the structural protein keratin, but exhibits contradicting behaviors. All at once, it can be hard, soft, cold, and hot, both flexible and rigid when needed. Oort's main body hosts internalized nuclear fusion, which fuels its movement while emitting deadly cosmic rays. Those foolish enough to touch Oort turn to crystal and get absorbed. As an alien creature beyond our comprehension, Oort lacks a human's concept of death, making it resistant even to the mystic eyes of death perception. Thus, the only way to slay Oort is to obliterate its entire body with a single attack. If even a fraction remains, it can revive. This is demonstrated during Oort's fight against Chaldea. Refusing to perish, it used its devoured servants to simulate theoretical timelines, ultimately summoning itself as a fake Grand Foreigner called Oort Shibalba. Never before have I heard of such an exploitative assertion of power. The only way this Oort could be vanquished was by having its own heart used against it in battle. Of course, that was a version of Oort found in the South American Lost Belt. The creature's strength in proper human history has yet to be tested to the limit. This is yet another reason why mages choose to pass down their legacy. Perhaps one day, a new generation may be able to accomplish what their ancestors couldn't. That said, Magecraft is on a downhill trajectory, with many mage families admiring their former influence. To that extent, some mages are ambitious enough to try to exploit Oort for their own strength. In the true and false Holy Grail Wars of Snowfield, Jester Carture hoped to awaken Oort prematurely, simply to bear witness to the world's end. Keisher Zelret Schweinorg, with his ability to observe and interact with alternate universes, pays great attention to worlds where Oort can emerge before humanity can stop it. He estimates it'll at least take another century for that to be feasible. I can only hope that time will come before the Earth perishes. In summation, Oort is an alien from outer space, the ultimate one of the Oort Cloud that came to Earth in anticipation of the promised day, the day when Earth curses humanity for outliving it. Until Gaia cries for help, Oort remains sleeping in its crystal valley, killing all who try to invade. Only under extreme circumstances was Chaldea able to face Oort and survive. One could argue that Oort defeated itself in that situation. Still, if mages are to ever slay this spider, Chaldea and its futuristic approach to Magecraft are our best bet. Now, it's simply a matter of what comes first, humanity's improvement or Oort's actual awakening. For our next lesson, let us continue this morbid theme. Most of the time, Magecraft can be used for either good or evil. Even black magic, the craft of witches, has some benevolent applications. Rather than any one type of spell, then, I shall cover the most wretched and evil ways in which mages have applied the craft. Thanks for watching. This channel relies on support from viewers like you.
Please help us out by dropping a like and comment. Subscribe for more videos, and be sure to enable notifications. Or hit up our Discord so you never miss out on a new upload.
Most importantly, if you can spare it, please sign up as a channel member, either through YouTube, Patreon, or Subscribestar. You can find links in the description. We've got perks like exclusive content or early access.
Until next time,
Celebrate your fandom. I want to give a special shout out to all my $10 and up supporters. Video Gamer 75, Dante Pendragon, Stephen Elak, Otaku Mom, Freebrick, Alexis Yukio Gomez Yamato, Lunar Works, Link Pendrago, Observer Bellis, James Hewitt, Uncanny EXP, Crow Calum, Saul Soto, Tristan Riggin, Winter's Edge, Sneer Cachette, Sunbro Torian, Dionysus, Caitlin P, Sogai CH, Sith Lord 906, Vladimirovna, The Taz 96, Kengo X77, and Alistair Bernadotte. Thank you all so much.